true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome in here, race fans, tonight to the Dover International Speedway. It is the host to the RB Custom Rig Scrambler Series, presented by Red Light Racing, right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. My name is Roger Muth. I'll be high above the studio here tonight in our virtual Turn 3 Racing Network studios, and we welcome all you race fans from all around the globe to watch tonight's events here at Dover. We've been to Daytona for the Super Speedway, we've been to Daytona for the road course, and we've been to Chicagoland. Two drivers have their names on the win column. It's Jason Wells with 2 wins and the closest win in Red Light Racing history last week at Chicagoland. And Sean Single was the road course ringer at the Daytona International Road Course. Who will be able to tame Miles the Monster, though, here tonight is the question that's on a lot of drivers' minds. And a lot of drivers here tonight are talking about how they would be able to possibly get themselves a win. We are ready to go down trackside, though, here tonight, race fans, for the starting lineup. And, of course, our starting lineup is brought to us by our friends over at SimBox. Check out SimBox today for all your button box needs. And starting on the front row here, driver of the number 31, this is Michael Tremarthen. Starting just next to him is going to be the driver out of Canada. This will be the 42 of Max Terriol. Starting in row number 2, driving car number 64, this is Jason Wells. Sean Single scheduled to roll off 4th here tonight with Chris Hammett back in P number 5. 6th tonight will go to Ethan Troutman in car 62. He's got a Tony Stewart throwback. Starting 7th here tonight, last week's runner-up finisher, car number 88. This is Sean Butler out of Ohio. Zach Mitchell's got the number 24 ready to rumble here tonight. He'll roll off from the 8th spot. 9th tonight will be the 86 of James Skelton, while Dalton Williamson in car 61 will round out the top 10. Starting back into the 11th position, he drives car 17, the Full Throttle Motorsports number 17 of Tim Combs. Starting back into the 12th position, driving car number 43, this is Joe Strano. 13th on the grid here tonight out of Carolina, driving the 954, this is Rex Hoyle. Nathan Maurer, the SimBox driver out of Pennsylvania, starting 14th. Joshua Buckley, he won the SK Modified race just on Thursday night. He will start 15th. 16th will go to the rookie, Ryan Richard. Ryan O'Donnell's got the Full Throttle Racing Turbo Dork Radical Paints number 98 going 17th. 18th will go to the 01 of Richard Murdoch. Dave Bragg is back here. He'll go 19th on the grid. Brian Bianchi will go 20th. Tony Strano will go 21st with Jeffrey Souza back into the 22nd position. 23rd here tonight will go to the 907 of Tim Williams. Bruce Potter, Travis Minto, Doug Neal, Kevin O'Brien and Bob Higgins rounds out our starting lineup, brought to us by SimBox Button Boxes. See all the cars tonight for all these drivers. It is 28 cars strong here tonight at the Dover International Raceway. It is just 1 mile in distance here tonight for these drivers around this high bank, very, very tricky track here in Dover, Delaware. Located about 2.5 hours, 3 hours south of our Turn 3 Racing Network studios here in Pennsylvania. Beautiful speedway down there. Tonight's, we're going to have to watch a lot of different things. The big thing, though, going down into the corners here. It's like dropping off of a 3-story building when you go down into the corner. And then when you come out to exit out of turns 2 and 4, it's the same thing, just uphill. So we will see which one of these drivers are able to hang on to these ARCA Menards cars here tonight, as it's the first showing for the ARCA Menards cars this season with Red Light Racing. Green flag about to go up into the air. It'll be 100 laps the distance. Put 100 laps on the board here, and let's see who will win tonight's race here at Dover. And a super great start there by the 42 of Max Terrill. He's going to lead Trevarthen and Single in the dust as they all go down the back straightaway. Everybody through 1 and 2. Very good here tonight. These drivers, they were all worried about were they going to be able to get through turns 1 and 2, and they were able to do it. Max Terrill will lead lap number 1, while the 43 back there, that is Joe Strano. He was just sideways coming out of turn number 4 with that Road Rage Accessories number 43 right there. He was hanging onto that thing. He was wheeling it, and now he finds himself to the outside of that Mopar number 17 of Tim Combs. Of course, Combs there, the golfer, trying to hold on to that spot. Joe Strano up the track once again, that time out of the corner, and he's able to hang on to that Road Rage Accessories. Number 43, he doesn't want to have no road rage here tonight. Everybody has single file down inside that top 10. You're watching the highest running battle on the screen here on lap number 3, as Strano looks like he's going to lose that spot to the 17 of Combs. Have to see if he can refocus, regroup, and go back after car number 17. Track here tonight, a lot of these drivers said they're going to pretty much be having to rely on and possibly, not battle so much the other competitors out there. They want to keep the car clean, so it's pretty much you versus the track, and if you're faster than the guy, you just hold off and he'll make the mistake. As you just saw the pass there for that 6th position, Sean Butler in the Mountain Dew machine will now pick up P number 6 on our scoring chart, so he's on the hunt to go to the front. This time by, we're complete 5 laps into the books here tonight. And it will be all Max Terrill, the guy who qualified on the outside front row. He has led all the laps here. There it is across the line. 5 laps officially completed. But there is Sean Single, there's Michael Trevarthen. They've started to close back the gap on car number 42. When you always think about car number 42 of Max Terrill, who is out front right now, you always wonder, once he gets out front, does he play that cat and mouse game of he only goes out so far and then allows the rest of the guys that are behind him to catch back up? While he's saving his equipment, the guys behind him catching up, like the 11 of Single or the 31 here at Trevarthen that we ride on board with, they have to push their equipment just a little bit harder, and especially here tonight at Dover, you don't want to push the equipment too hard too early, because that could put you in a hurt on the long run. Everybody single filed out, and it is all 28 cars. There you see the final car. That's the little bit of the caboose back there. That's the car number 41 of Bob Higgins, the old Bobcat back here. First time ever racing here at the Dover International Raceway, so he's a little bit trying to gather himself up. They'll come back around here, complete lap number 8 tonight. They are going quick here. We will see green flag pit stops in about 15 laps here tonight. And you talk about tricky tracks that, we have a car around. And it's car number 954. It's the Rex Hoyle entry, the American Tire Distributors, number 954. Of course, Rex making his ARCA debut here with the RB Custom Rig Scrambler Series for Red Light Racing. He's not a stranger to the ARCA cars. These at one time were labeled as the NASCAR Cup cars when Rex Hoyle joined the iRacing.com server. So these cars have been passed down through the generations here on iRacing, and Rex remembers when they were brand new here. So we'll see what happened to Rex Hoyle. Looks like Josh Buckley may have had some issues also. Watch car number 954 out of the corner. Oh, there you see the 0-1 of Richard Murdoch into the back of Rex Hoyle as he was trying to gather it up. There you see the body panel off the number 9. Oh! That's where Buckley gets involved. Watch on board here with Rex Hoyle. Gets a little help from Murdoch and hard down into the wall. And oh. Rex Hoyle will sitting stop. Josh Buckley nowhere to go. Let's see if we can see what happened to Buckley here. Watching that Miller Lite. Blue Deuce. Oh, he gets into it with, that looks like that's the 3 of Tony Strano. Right on board with Buckley. Tony Strano just didn't get the victory junction number 3 slowed up just in time, and fortunately Josh Buckley down to the inside there. It does look like car number 2 will be able to roll away from this, but it does look like heavy damage to Rex Hoyle's entry. We'll see how long Rex Hoyle will have to be down on pit road here tonight. You see him, he has stayed out here. A lot of drivers have come to pit road. Rex Hoyle has currently stayed out onto the speedway. We'll see if he does bring down the American Tire Distributors number 954. Looks like he will bring that forward to pit road for a little bit of a service by the pit crew. See if they can get those body panels taped back up. There are no fast repairs here with Red Light Racing. That is one thing you have to keep in mind. So as Rex Hoyle comes to pit road, he will either have to sit in his pit stall to take the required damages on that car to get fixed, or he can come back out and try and limp that 954 back around the speedway to try and gather as many points as he can. And you talk about points and somebody that's just had a rough go of it here in the first couple races of the season. It's the driver out of South Carolina there, Richard Murdoch, in the Adventure and Pixel 01 machine. Usually one of those championship contenders at this point, already into the season with 3 races in. You're usually talking about him towards the top 10 in the championship standings. Well, this year has been uncharacteristic of the driver out of South Carolina ever since he bought his camper. Richard Murdoch has been spending a lot of time outdoors lately, and now here comes into the night in race number 4 of the season. He is ranked 34th out of 34 drivers in that championship hunt. So Murdoch going to be trying to pick his way back through this field, possibly see if he can have a little bit better finish. His finishes this season have been lackluster, in his words. It's been 30th, 26th, and a 30th this season. He does have 9 laps led. We'll see if he can now work his way from all the way in the 23rd spot back up here inside the top 10. The iRacing.com pace car, though, down off the racing surface. So this time by, we're going to go back to the green flag racing action for the race fans. It'll be 12 laps in the books out of 100 scheduled here tonight at Dover. And this time, Sean Single to the outside in his FedEx Kinko's entry. He will take the race lead. Here comes the number 2 of Joshua Buckley trying to stay on the lead lap. He will not. He will go down to the bottom side of the speedway. And it's Sean Single leading down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Chris Hammett takes over P number 3, but it will be Sean Single coming back around here to lead the first lap back to green flag. Tim Combs, he is battling with car, looks like that is actually the 907 on the timing and scoring here tonight. That's Tim Williams in the Good Wrench Service Plus. Number 56, though, if you're following along on the car numbers on the cars here tonight. Tim Williams right now holding that 7th spot. He has moved up 15 spots as he's in the outside wall. Ryan O'Donoghue, nowhere to go. The Turbo Dork Radical Paints entry wrapped up in this. Tim Combs, parts all over the speedway. We stay green flag racing for the time being. But car 907 with heavy damage to the left front. He's been into the outside wall with the right front also. He tried to get a lot out of that car. He is on the older tires. He did not come to pit road under that caution flag, and now he's going to lose it. Out of turn 4, he's going to lock it up. Back up the speedway into car 01 of Richard Murdoch. Murdoch getting into this one also as he was an innocent bystander as the 907 there, the 56 on screen of Tim Williams, the driver out of Canada. Having some issues as he pulls away. So the second caution flag of the evening will come out. Unfortunate for the driver out of Canada, the Rev Esports driver. We'll have to take a look back here when the truck says they have it, but it is car 907 or the 56 there that you see on screen for bringing out the caution flag. We saw Richard Murdoch get into it. He's already down on pit road with his entry. You see heavy right front, left front damage. Quarter panels on that car now beaten up just a little bit. A couple cars still down on pit road. There's the 3 of Strano down there. Also, Rex Hoyle is down there. Well, let's take the look back here, though, and see if we can see what happens to Tim Williams. Let's see if we can go farther enough back here with our truck. There you see him down on the bottom. This is the second portion of that. They see Tony Strano, hard impact to the inside wall. Tim gets down on that apron there with that right front, or left front, and it just sucks the car around. Watch Murdoch. Oh, nowhere to go. And Strano. Oh, you want to talk about the pucker factor for Tony Strano. Let's see if we can get that onboard camera shot. Right on board here with Tony Strano. Oh, driver side up against the wall. And now with Richard Murdoch. You hear him check up hard. He thought we were going to stay going, and that has everything of the making of a banged up left front wheel. Will he be able to carry on here tonight? You can see the left front there is all mangled up. The quarter panels are crushed in. Watch it again. This is what happens. Bring out the second caution flag here of the evening. Hard impact for car 56. And also you see Brian Bianchi in car number 914 also getting up into the outside wall. So that'll put us under our second caution flag of the evening. And there is your new race leader as we bring you back live here to Dover. That will be the driver out of Ohio last week, just losing at the finish line at the end of the race, giving a wail. He drove the tires off that car to catch back up to Jason Wells at the end of that one, but it was .00001 at the finish line, and race fans, you can't blink your eyes fast enough to realize how close of a finish that was. It was the closest finish in red light racing history ever. Whether it was the Gander Outdoor trucks, the Xfinity car, the Cup cars, the old Cup cars, the ARCA cars that one time were in with the Scrambler series. And, I mean, out of all the series I think I've called over my iRacing career up here in the virtual studios and whatnot, I believe that would have to be the closest ever finish between drivers on a track I've ever seen. So now here tonight, Sean Butler comes in looking to see if he can park the 88 in victory lane for the first time this season. Remember last season, Sean Butler was out due to a back surgery as he was getting some work done. And it was just too uncomfortable to come out here and compete on Monday evenings. As we know, any kind of surgeries are tough ones to have. And of course, when you get your back done and you try to sit in your sim rig and you got the force feedback on your wheel and your pedals kicking back at you, it's just a very unpleasant feeling. So he is now back this season for the first time for a full season stint here with Red Light Racing. He said he might miss a race or two due to some work conflict of schedules. But so far, he has made every race so far this season, and he is still looking to put himself into victory lane. 34 wins, the all-time wins leader with Red Light Racing, so he's been to victory lane more times than anybody else, and see if he can do it here at Dover. It's one of his favorite tracks. Of course, we'll have to talk with him later to see if the ARCA car was one of his favorite cars, because just like we talked about how Rex Hoyle's been on the iRacing.com service for a number of years, Sean Butler rivals that in the years that he has spent here on the sim platform for iRacing.com. So we're getting ready to go back green flag racing. It'll be the 88 of Sean Butler, the rookie, with Ryan Richard, James Skelton, Jason Wells, Ethan Troutman, Zach Mitchell, Max Terrill, Joe Strano, Sean Single, and Michael Tremarthen. The slow crawl here, you don't want to spin your tires, and it is so very easy to spin tires here on a restart. We've seen the outside lane, though, prevail on every start here tonight. Butler brings us down. The green flag is up, and we're racing once again. One car down out of the way. Great start by Sean Butler. He'll lead lap number 1 back to the green flag. One car way down onto the apron there. That's car 184. That is the driver out of Australia. Kevin O'Brien having some issues with his Sunoco Chevrolet. Race leader was still Sean Butler. He has a nice little bit of a lead. He got to go all the way back here. Jason Wells was side by side for a moment. Here comes the 11 of Sean Single. He'll go to the inside of the Road Rage Accessories, number 43 of Joe Strano. And yes, he did come to pit road on lap number 18, so he does have the fresher tires. He came to pit road under that caution flag. 4 fresh tires and fuel for the FedEx Kinko machine. The driver out of Ayer, Massachusetts, making those fresh tires work. Look at, though, that 24. Zach Mitchell in the DuPont. Jeff Gordon throwback. He was completely sideways, all hollowed out there out of turn number 4. Right now, they put that 43 of Joe Strano to the outside, and Strano just cannot get back down to the bottom side of the speedway. The grip early on here at Dover will be right around the bottom. We will see the groove, though, move up sideways for Wells. One of them into the wall. I believe that was the Minto machine. Travis Minto. Oh, now he's going to get a little help. That was car 971 of Nathan Maurer into the back of the number 19, the driver out of Norman, Oklahoma, the U.S. Air Force pilot of Travis Minto, getting a little bit of a side squirreliness. He hangs on one car around towards the back. One car going around. That's going to trigger the caution flag as old Batman out here threw his wings out. That is Chris Hammett in car number 6 here tonight, that Ford Taurus. So that'll bring caution flag number 3 out here this evening. Let's take a quick look back here. There you see Chris Hammett out of shape and backs it into the outside wall. He backed it into the outside wall, and that's what's going to trigger this caution flag. There you see Joshua Buckley just went underneath him. He got up in those marbles, got him on the tires, and you just lose grip when you have those fresh marbles built up on the speedway and you drive over them. It's exactly how it sounds, race fans. You get marbles underneath your tires. It's like driving down the back road. You get pebbles up underneath your tires and you just go along for a ride. Some drivers will come to pit road here to take advantage of this third caution flag of the evening. There you see car 64. There's going to be the Wells machine. Mitchell's coming to pit road. Looks like Souza will come to pit road. Travis Minto, after he's going to come to pit road after needing some shorts changed. Brian B. Yankee will also bring it to pit road, along with the wily veteran of Rex Hoyle. If you are a Richard Murdoch fan, well, I got great news for you, race fans. He is back out onto the speedway. You can see his crew has beaten up that left front and pulled it away from the tire. He'll get a lap back here. It will put him now 6 laps behind our race leader of Sean Butler. So Murdoch is still out here, which is a good thing. We've got a couple caution flags here on the early going of this one. So he is able to now get a handful of laps back. And, of course, the caution flag is really slowing the momentum of the race here tonight. So he was able to stay down on pit road and eat some of that Grotto's famous pizza down here at Dover. Once again, race fans, we got to thank each and every one of you for tuning in here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network to watch the race here from the Dover International Raceway. You are watching the RB Custom Rig Scrambler Series. If you're interested in learning more about RB Custom Rigs, down in the description of our race video here tonight, go ahead and hit that description button, and you'll be able to find where you can head on over to Rick Bell's Custom Rigs and you can get yourself a custom rig if you want that brand new 3080 Ti. I heard Rick does have a couple of them in stock over there, but you have to buy a whole brand new computer setup. So, well, if you want that 3080 Ti to be out here on iRacing.com, make sure you head on over to RB Custom Rigs and get your creation from mild to wild and everything in between that you can dream of. Looks like we're going to get at least another lap of caution flag here as the whole field gets to bunch up. And we will then go back racing. It should be about 31 laps completed when we do get the green flag here tonight. We haven't seen those green flag pit stops. We were about, another 15 laps away when we did just go back green flag racing for a lot of these drivers, because everybody is on a little bit of a different strategy play. Your race leader of Sean Butler came down on lap number 10. Looks like James Skelton, Ethan Troutman all came down on lap 10 also. And then it's Sean Single. There you see that number 11 on the screen. He came down on lap number 18. It's lap 10 for Ryan Richard when he came to pit road. Max Terrell came down on lap 18. Joe Strano was lap 10. So you can see just the varying strategies all through the field here. A lot of your drivers like Jason Wells, who did just come to pit road for 4 tires, he is going to restart way back into the field. Now it looks like he's going to come to pit road and possibly top off the fuel tank of car 64. It's not a bad play. You're already deep into the field here as you see the 3 of Tony Strano. After being down on pit road here to get repairs done for the last 12 minutes, car number 3 of Strano out of the Strano Brothers Racing Stables, number 3, the Victory Junction Gang Group. He will now officially come back out onto the speedway. Looks like Chris Hammett and the Batman Ford Taurus is still sitting down on pit road too. He's been there for a couple of minutes now after bringing out our last caution flag here tonight. So it will be 31 laps officially complete. They're lined back up with it'll be Butler, Skelton, Troutman, and Single, your top 4 drivers here tonight. And aren't these cars looking great here tonight, race fans? You got an old throwback Slim Jim entry, and this is not a throwback race. The reason we're running the Arkham Menards machines here tonight is because, well, the new season update on iRacing.com came out, and unfortunately it took the 1987 Winston Cup machine setup away from Dover, so the next best thing to the 1987 car that we can throw it back to is right here to the heyday of NASCAR for a lot of you race fans that are tuning in here. About the early 2000s body style. Slow crawl into the green flag restart zone here, and a big stack up on the bottom side. That was the car 24 that popped out of line of Zach Mitchell. Sean Butler looking like he should be able to clear. Down the back straightaway he goes. He is your race leader. Everybody fighting and battling just behind him, though. A little bit of a block going on there as the 11 Single was trying to come through. He did lose a spot on the restart. Here comes Troutman. He'll take the Home Depot. Tony Stewart. Oh! Big moment there as Ryan Richard was down to the inside of the Slim Jim 86 of James Skelton. Skelton tried to throw a little bit of a block, and it was way too late as Ryan Richard was there, but now Richard had to back out of it as he had that contact with the right front. We will have to keep an eye on a lot of contact here tonight with these Arkham Menards machines because they do have the new version 7 tire, and I had heard that there are drivers out there that were having tire malfunctions in practice here tonight before the race, so the tires do go down if you wear out that right front too hard. There you see Joe Strano holding off the charges from Sean Single. So Single has now fallen back. He started in the 4th position on the restart, and now Sean Single is all the way back here running in the 7th spot. He has the newer tires, but his car cannot get going on that restart. Travis Minto, who was involved in an incident a little while ago, has worked his way back up inside the top 15 already. He is running in the 14th spot. One car up out of the groove there. That's the Sunoco 184 of Kevin O'Brien. Went for a slide. Zach Mitchell was able to get around him. There you see the sim box. Number 77. The owner, operator of our sim box, Doug Neal, here tonight. Driver out of Georgia. Currently running P17 up 9 spots since the drop of the green flag. Looks like the 62 of Troutman also trending into the wrong direction. He's one of the drivers that hasn't come to pit road since lap number 10, so his tires have a couple heat cycles on them here tonight, and once you start to heat these tires up, that sticky rubber, well, it starts to fade away, and that's exactly what's happening now to the 62 of Troutman. And Troutman trending into the back direction there of Joe Strano. That's Strano. Last time he came to pit road was on that same lap. There's car 61. There is the SK Modified Series champion. On Thursday night, Dalton Williamson was able to pick up the checkered flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series for Red Light Racing's championship. That whole crew has been out there partying. He was also spending some time on the dirt tracks here on the iRacing.com platform just over the weekend. A lot of the guys from Red Light Racing came out to have some fun on the dirt tracks and some of the short track crazy concoctions we came up with here. Right now, Dalton trying to take that championship and the momentum and work his way into a good finishing spot here tonight. Strano, like I said, still trending backwards. There's Michael Trevarthen, the driver who sat on the front row tonight. He's got that Fireball whiskey, number 31 tonight, all fired up. Ryan Richards stuck to the outside. That Caterpillar car now has a freight train of cars down to the bottom side because there's Troutman. Oh, big slide. That was car 43, Joe Strano. He hung on to it. Ryan Richard right now just cannot get back down to the bottom side of the speedway. There you see now the 61 of Dalton Williamson, the Rowdy Energy Rev Esports driver, is down there. Now Ryan should be able, you see that's a veteran move right there. Ryan knew he was stuck to the outside. Instead of trying to fight and paddle uphill, upstream, he just let everybody go right by him on the inside and tuck down to the inside lane. By him coming back down to the bottom side, that's where all the grip is right now. These drivers don't want to venture up to the top side. There's just no grip, and you're going to end up wearing your tires out a little bit faster than you would if you get back down to the bottom side. Joe Strano right now still fading here as he almost making contact with the U.S. Air Force of Travis Minto. So Joe hanging on to it, but man, what does he need right now? I think he's calling for a caution flag and a big slide, it looks like, for Ryan Richard. He has lost a bunch more spots. He was tucked in behind the 62 of Troutman. Now he finds himself a lap later all the way back in P number 11. Car back here making a move. That's car 4 of Souza. Trying to take that Esports Racing number 4 to the front. Joshua Buckley coming off the wall there, it looked like. Of course, Josh picking up his 3rd career checkered flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series win on Friday in the season finale for the SK Modifieds. Now he's a 3-time winner in the series. Trying to ride that high, but remember, Tony Strano got into the back of that number 2, old Granny Hips. He's going to feel that one tomorrow. Ryan Richard way up out of the groove. We talked about the version 7 tires. Well, Ryan came down to pit road on lap number 10 here tonight and has not been to pit road since. So the question is, did he wear the right front down? And remember, there was contact. You can see a little bit on that right front fender of that Caterpillar machine. Is there possibly some underlying damage on that machine? That's caused now the tire to possibly start to go down. Ryan's still out there hanging on to it. Right out in front of him, though, Ryan O'Donnell is battling with that Turbo Dork Radical Paints entry. Remember, he was into the outside wall also early on in this one. Closing in on halfway home, though, tonight. Had some good racing, and Sean Butler loves that he is out front, but boy, is he going to have company here, because that's the 42 of Max Terrell. He is coming. He is faster by 0.2 of a second last time by at the line. Look at Max gain. Max came to pit road on lap number 18. Sean has been out there since lap 10, so Max definitely has the fresher tires. That is not a question really out there that he has those fresher tires. The problem is going to be, we have seen this track all night long predominantly be the bottom groove. He's going to have to get a run, I believe, out of the corner to make the pass here on Sean Butler. Hear him. He is there. He has the faster car. He backs off a little bit early, trying to diamond it a little bit, trying to get that arc out of the corner. Will he be able to get there? Shows the nose out of turn 4. Now will Butler let him have the inside? These drivers are so used to each other, battling at the front of the field. They have so much respect for each other. That's why you see the 88 of Butler did not really put up too big of a fight there. Just let Max go, and he'll tuck in behind, because he doesn't want Sean Single to get caught up into this group also to make it a 3-car battle for the front spot. Right now, your drivers that are running inside the top 5, 18 laps for Max, or since lap 18 for Max Terrill, lap 10 for Sean Butler. Sean Single was in on lap 18, lap 10 for James Skelton, lap 18 for Michael Trevarthen. Then it's lap 29 as Zach Mitchell is the driver that is on the move. The driver out of Farmington, Minnesota, in his Pepsi DuPont. I think he's got Baby Yoda giving him the strength here tonight. The Force may be with him. Maybe Baby Yoda can come up here to the front. He'll get around car 31 of Michael Trevarthen. For all the Joe Strano fans, he's in a battle right now. There's Ryan Richard, there's Joe Strano. When they restarted this run, this green flag run here tonight, both drivers were inside the top 7. Both drivers now find themselves as Joe Strano will come to pit road. He'll be the first one to come to pit road. So as Joe comes to pit road, he'll go a lap down. The question, is it a lap or will it be 2 laps that he will go down before he gets back out to the racing surface? As we were saying, though, Ryan Richard, there's the race leaders. Joe Strano, both were outside the top 20 just about when he came to pit road. So he'll go to pit road as there's your race leader. He stays out. Ryan Richard now coming to pit road in car number 921. Will this force some of the race leaders to also come to pit road? Max bypasses pit road. He says, nope, just over the halfway point. And I'm guessing for drivers like Wells and Souza and also the Zach Mitchell entry, they may need only one more pit stop here tonight to get this one done and in the books if we stay green. We'll have to see how far all these drivers can stretch it here tonight on fuel. As here comes James Skelton. He came down on lap 10, I believe. So this may just be a one more stop race for all these drivers. We'll see when Max Terrill or Sean Butler, because Butler, remember, was on lap 10. Terrill was on lap 18 here tonight. One driver coming. That's the number 41. That's old Bob Higgins coming to pit road. So Bob brings down the 41. Wells trying to come through the field. Remember, he came down for an extra splash of fuel. Sean Butler to pit road, and he was down on pit road on lap number 10. So Butler from lap 10 till lap number 59 here will be the fuel run for him. So 48 laps on the tires there, and looks like your race leader, Max Terrill, still could go possibly another 8 laps or so before he would have to come to pit road. And at that point, he would be able to make it on fuel when he comes to pit road. Drivers like Sean Butler and those guys that came down, they may just be short if we don't get some caution flags. There you see the 86 of James Skelton. He'll make his move, and that'll put him now just 1 lap down to the race leader. Right now, only 10 drivers on that lead lap, and that will continue to dwindle as here comes race leader. 42, Max Terrell coming to pit road, and he was coming in a hurry. Zach Mitchell will now take over the race lead here with Baby Yoda. See what he can do now that he's got the race lead. And he was down on lap number 29, so I don't expect to see him for at least another 10 laps in car 24, unless he wants to stay on the same tire strategy as these drivers. But I think at this point now you try and go as long as you can and put those cars as many laps down as you can at this point, and hope that a caution flag may come out, trap all those drivers a lap down, because, oh, you got a moment there. The 17 of Combs came up. He has the fresher tires, and you see the 31 of Trevarthen. He has fresh tires also. Car 24 of Zach Mitchell. At this point, he says the tires are worth the shot, and he's going to sideways it into pit road. So Zach Mitchell says, I can't go 10 more laps, and my fuel window is there, and I just need new tires at this point. He was driving the wheels off that DuPont Chevrolet. Talking about wheels. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. He is P1 in your championship standings with 2 wins on the season. It's Jason Wells. So Wells is already locked into that championship hunt. He'll go playoff racing this season. The question is, though, how many wins does he want this year? Kevin O'Brien is second right now. Ryan O'Donnell just comes to pit road in the Turbo Dork Radical Paints entry. Old Granny Hip stays out with his Miller Lite Dodge. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful paint schemes on a lot of these cars. They throw it back to, like I said earlier, a lot of the heyday for a lot of the NASCAR fans that are tuning in here tonight about the early, mid-2000s before they changed the body style. Kevin O'Brien to pit road, Ryan O'Donnell leaving pit road. So cars that have yet to come to pit road is Wells and Buckley. The only 2 drivers that are on the lead lap right now. And to give you an idea of how fast or how slow they are right now on these older tires, last time by, Sean Butler ran a 23.1. Jason Wells ran a 25 flat. So 2 seconds between the difference in the new tires to the old tires, as you see car 61 of Dalton Williamson make the move. There goes the Turbo Dork Radical Paints. Ryan O'Donnell, he'll unlap himself from 2 laps down to go 1 lap down now. 1 car coming out of pit road, that's Kevin O'Brien. Rex Hoyle is in pit road. You see the American Tire Distributors number 954. So he'll come back to pit road and see if he can get all his service completed. Wells will finally, here on lap number 68, bring that Alienware machine, the alien himself, now coming to pit road. So he'll come to pit road as we close in on 30 laps here to go. Let's see if Josh Buckley comes in. He does not. He stays out in that number 2. There you see him in the Miller Lite number 2. So Buckley takes over the race lead. He is the last one that has to pit here to complete the green flag pit cycle. And that's not going to take very long. Here comes that number 2 of Joshua Buckley to pit road. So Buckley will make the Miller Lite good call to pit road. Slow and steady, 35 miles an hour down pit road here tonight at the Dover International Raceway. But that will be your race leader. It will be the Ohio driver, the 88 of Sean Butler. He'll now take over the top spot. 31 laps to go. Your top 10 running order right now is Sean Butler, P1. James Skelton is holding down the second spot. Third, James Skelton is second. Sean Single was third. That is correct on the timing and scoring. Max Terriel is fourth. Then it's Michael Trevarthen, Zach Mitchell. Tim Combs in seventh. Jeffrey Souza back here into the 8th position. He has moved up 14 spots, the biggest mover and shaker of this race so far. Then it's going to be Troutman in the Home Depot, number 62. He is running 9th, and Dave Bragg cracking the top 10 for the first time here tonight in his Pennzoil, number 953. So if you're a Dave Bragg fan here tonight, he is inside the top 10, closing in on the end of this one. But he did pit. He is one of the earlier drivers to come to pit road. He came on lap number 55, so just after the halfway point when Dave came to pit road. We'll see if he can hang on. He's got Joe Strano behind him, and then there's another driver that we haven't had much to talk about here tonight, and it's Nathan Malware. Of course, Malware out of Pennsylvania. He makes the move there on the number 43. If you're out in the Pennsylvania area, of course, like Nathan Malware is, of course, a lot of severe thunderstorms and severe weather rolling through the area in Pennsylvania. They just came through the studio about an hour before we came live onto the air here tonight. Fortunately for all of us here in this area, our power stayed on, and of course now we're living about an hour just west of the studio here, and his power is on as you see him out here tonight. So Dave Bragg losing a couple spots though. Remember we talked about him in those old tires. Here's the gaggle of cars that are battling for position. It's James Skelton, Max Terriel, John Single. So 3 cars battling for the second position. They're all on different varying strategies. Sean Single was flat 58, 61 for Max Terrell, and 56 for James Skelton. So there's some fresh tires here sprinkled in with some used tires. And here comes the 42 with 25 laps to go. It will now be James Skelton falling back a spot. Now actually here comes Single. Single's going to take the spot, and Skelton will just fall into line. So as Single now tracks into that third spot. What a season it has been so far for Sean Single. He comes in as one of the drivers that, didn't have much experience last year, or the season before, I should say. And in the last 2 seasons, he has really turned the wick up. That is for sure. Comes in tied for third in the championship standings here tonight. Finished 9th at Daytona on the Super Speedway. It was first at the Daytona Road Course. That's where he picked up his win by leading 9 laps at the end of that one. And then Chicagoland was a disappointing race. Finished back into the 33rd position. But that race does not count in the championship standings for him, as here with Red Light Racing, we have 1 drop week throughout the season for all these drivers. So your worst finish does not count out of the 15-race season. So that helps for Sean Single right there, as that race at Chicagoland, I'm going to guess, will be his worst finish of the season. Right now, he runs in P number 3, as James Skelton has really started to fade off the back end of this group here. He knows he doesn't have the fresher tires. He tried to play that short pit game, and it usually works out for a lot of drivers. Right now, though, it's not for the car 86. Doug Neal just made a pass. That was on Dave Bragg, and now here comes Joe Strano in the Road Rage Accessories. Number 43 trying to make that move. Dalton Williamson right there. Dalton looks like he got hit with a pit road penalty when he came to pit road. The pit road police were out tonight, and they only got Dalton Williamson. So Mr. Champion got nabbed for too fast entering pit road. That's why he is back here outside the top 15, now breaking into the top 15 as he makes that pass and completes it on Joe Strano. The tires on Dave Bragg's car are gone. Complaining right now that he needs a caution or to come to pit road. It's been since lap 55. One driver is coming to pit road, and it's the professional golfer out of Holland, Ohio. Tim Combs will bring down the Mopar Dodge to pit road. He was one of those early stint pit guys. Came down on lap number 52. So he'll slowly make it 35 miles an hour down pit road. That leaves you question. When does Sean Butler have to come to pit road? How much fuel can he save? Because look out the back there, right on board the race leader. Under 20 laps to go. This is watching back. You see that black car coming in the background. That is the 42 of Max Terra. He is now under 1 second. He was 0.4 of a second faster last time by at the line. But I don't believe that it'd be too very long until car 42 catches up here. As you see, Dave Bragg will go a lap down to the race leader. So Bragg goes a lap down. It's Butler, it's Ariel, it's Single, your top 3 drivers. Here's a driver, though, that picked up a spot from Skelton and is now going to look to pick up one here on Sean Single. And he pitted on back on lap number 63, so he has the freshest tires inside the top 5 right now. Zach Mitchell trying to giddy up here tonight at the end of this one. Did he play the strategy right? Single going to throw a little bit of a block down into the corner. Zach Mitchell looked like he anticipated that he was possibly just going to get that position going into the corner. Now a big wobble there out of car number 11. Oh, and a little tap to the outside wall for the 24. Here comes Kevin O'Brien. O'Brien has fresher tires. Dave Bragg was just down on pit road. He is coming back out. You see that Pennzoil Chevrolet. He'll come back out of pit road. He'll be 3 laps down, though, when he gets up to speed. Battle for the race lead. Sean Butler, you got somebody knocking on the back door. 14 laps to go. 14 to go in the battle that's just behind them. Well, Zach Mitchell will pick up P number 3 from Sean Single. Will we see a pass for the race lead here, though, as we get down to the end of it? Sean Butler really driving the wheels off the Mountain Dew machine. Sean Butler. Max Terriel is starting to apply the pressure to the Butler. Let's see how Sean Butler exits corner 4 this time. Will he be all out of shape? You see the rear end start to step out. Max really has it planted and firm coming out of the corner. That's exactly what you want to see. You do not want to see the rear end step out of that car. And right now, Max is able to hold it flat coming out of the corners. And Butler is starting to struggle. It'll be 11 to go. This time by. Max going to take another run at it out of the corner. Peek down to the inside, and then this time it looks like Butler's going to have to give the bottom lane up, as he knows Max Terriel is there, but can he hold him down off the corner? You want to be able to utilize as much racing room when you come out of the corner. And Sean Butler held that 42 down to the bottom side and made him. Oh, and now we'll pack the air on the nose going into turn 3. That'll make the car tight. Oh, a big wiggle out of the corner. Almost contact between the two that time out of turn number 4. Here comes the storm from the north. He'll now blow back into the bottom side of the speedway. See if he can get a better run this time out of turn number 2. He does. He'll be able to hold serve side by side. This is where Butler's had some problems out of turn number 4. Max not able to complete the pass. Sean sideways, though, so that's going to eat some more tires up. We're under 10 to go, just 9 to go. That time by at the line, and you're watching the battle for the race lead. Your race leaders right now, Butler and Terriel, have a 3-second race lead over Zach Mitchell, who picked up that 3rd spot from Sean Single just a couple laps ago, and he has started to pull away. Max back down to the inside. I think he might be able to have the momentum this time. Butler slides a little bit off the corner. Bragg is right there, and he's just doing what he can just to hang on back there. Doesn't want to interfere with your 2 race leaders, but your new race leader with 8 laps to go, the storm from the north of Max Terriel, has taken over the race lead. Sean Butler has led the most laps here tonight, but now gets passed up with just 8 laps to go. Another driver that's on the move and looking for more. That's car number 64 of Wells. He just got around the 31 of Michael Trevarthen, so Wells will pick up P number 7. Now, car 42 of Max Terriel is starting to open up that gap. See Dave Bragg going down to the inside. There's the Road Rage Accessories 43. Also, all new tires on both of those cars. So Max Terriel just moves up out of the way, and now he can just worry about watching the distance in his mirror to Sean Butler, who's running back there in the 2nd position. Under 2.5 seconds, though, for Zach Mitchell. Remember, fresh tires on the 24 of Zach Mitchell. Fresher tires, we should say. Coming down to this one, will it matter? Max Terriel looking to put the 61 of Dalton Williamson a lap down. He will. Sean Butler going to get held up just a little bit there, as on exit, couldn't go all the way out to the wall. He'll slide back a little bit. 0.2 of a second slower that time by at the line for Sean Butler. 5 laps to go here tonight. 5 more miles of racing for Max Terriel. He hasn't been able to pick up a win yet this season. He came in just 9 points out of the championship lead over Jason Wells, and Wells is back there running in P number 7 right now. So 4 to go at the line. 4 laps to go for your race leader of Max Terriel. Right now, Max just wants to come back around here and finish this one off, but this car is the fastest car on the speedway. Last time by a 24.5 to your race leader of Max Terriel. It's 24.7, so he is definitely faster here at the end of this one. As there's the race leader, and there's the gap to second. It's almost up to a full second now. James Skelton back there still running into the 5th position. Look at this driver, though. Comes into the Dover International Raceway and puts on a good show so far with 2 to go as the popsicle sticks fly. And that is Jeffrey Souza. 16 spots gained here tonight. There's only one other driver. 2 other drivers, actually. Excuse me. Doug Neal and Kevin O'Brien, who have moved up 13 spots respectively here tonight. So both those drivers, all 3, having a good run. But this time, out of turn number 4, the white flag is about to fly here tonight. It is your checkered flag auto supply. 1 lap to go for Max Terriel. No pressure from behind him as he sails it off into turn number 1 on the final lap here tonight. He will look to pick up the win here tonight and pick up career win number 28. Final time through 3 and 4. Max Terriel will win tonight here at the Dover International Raceway. He'll win for the 28th time in his red light racing career. So as he picks up win number 28 in his career, he'll take over the race. The championship point standings leaving tonight. As your unofficial results on the left-hand side of your screen, it's Max Terriel, Sean Butler, Zach Mitchell, Sean Single, James Skelton, Jeffrey Souza, Jason Wells, Michael Trevarthen, Ryan O'Donnell, Nathan Maurer rounding out the top 10. That's your top 10 standings here tonight at the Dover International Raceway. Unofficial race results, we should say. Max will do exactly what he always does. He comes down here to the front straightaway, and he'll turn it around once all the cars are off the speedway and do a little celebrating for you race fans here tonight that are watching live over here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. What a good show they just put on here tonight at Dover. Sometimes they say Dover is one of the trickiest tracks that we go to all season long. Of course, Max and Sean are the 2 drivers here with Red Light Racing that really enjoy this speedway. As you see the 42, he'll come back down here to salute all you race fans that are tuning in here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We're going to take a quick step away, and we're going to get ready for the Renaissance Nutrition post-race show coming up just after this. Welcome back here, race fans, to the Dover International Raceway here for the RB Custom Rigs Scrambler Series presented by Red Light Racing. It's just about time to go down trackside here tonight for our Renaissance Nutrition post-race show, as we will have your top 3 finishers here tonight from Dover. Max Terriel, Sean Butler, and Zach Mitchell standing by here with us to go to our post-race show. Let's head down now trackside for the Renaissance Nutrition post-race show and catch up with your race winner of Max Terriel. Max, another great win for you here tonight as you park the car number 42 in Victory Lane and you secure a chance to race for a championship. Tell us about tonight here at Dover.
Tonight the cautions fell my way more than last week, offsetting my pit stop the first time around with the first caution that came out that pretty much made the difference in the end. With 5 fresher tires, and I was able to maneuver in traffic a lot quicker. And yeah, that's what made a difference. And tire wear, it chewed up the right front so much. And I was hoping for long green flag runs because last night I think I managed my tires well in practice, and it paid off tonight also.
Dover. It's one of the trickiest tracks that we will end up going to all season long. One, it's concrete. Two, it's got a 3-story building into the corner and out of the corner. How hard is it to navigate, especially with a car that we normally don't run here on Monday nights?
Yeah, that's true. We had little notice after iRacing's update. We weren't able to race the 87 cars here anymore. It's a very fast track for the length. Going into the corner, it dives down a lot. It's easy to drift up when racing side by side. That's what I made sure not to happen with Sean at the end. I had to go with the second and a third take to make sure that I'd complete the pass off of 4. He raced me clean, so that was a good finish for us. But overall, it's still a fast car, even though it's not the top 3 that we are used to. But it was definitely a new learning experience for a few days' notice.
Well, you're able to pick up your 28th career win and secure your seat into that postseason championship hunt here tonight. Max, congratulations here at Dover, who is back home north of the border watching us here tonight.
Yeah, well, as usual, my girlfriend, my friend Max, and Maxim Knitting, and my dad, they all watch your broadcast on Turn 3 Network. To Josh, James, and Richard for running this Monday Night Scrambler series. All the sponsors that are back on board this season to help us with the presentation and the broadcasts and everything that goes with it. So a big shout out to all of them, and we'll see you guys next week.
There you hear it from the driver of the 42 here tonight. Max Terrett will pick up his win here at Dover. He will secure his seat in the championship hunt, and that is his 28th career win here with the Red Light Racing Scrambler Series. Congratulations to Max and the whole crew up north. They'll celebrate this one. But man, Sean, what a week it has been. Second last week, second here tonight. Did the wheels just fall off at the end of this 88?
Yeah, well, Max was on a different strategy. He was able to push it a little bit longer and have a little bit fresher tires at the end. I had to pit for fuel, so I was hoping he wouldn't be able to catch me. I was hoping lap traffic would slow him down, and it actually slowed me down, so it just is what it is. Not disappointed. Last week was disappointing because I feel like I won that race, but it is what it is. They didn't want to review it, and just keep going. And no question this week, Max pretty much showed us how it's done.
Now, you've been on the iRacing.com platform when these cars were considered the Cup cars. How much time have you had in them, though, since, well, say 5 years ago when that switch was made?
I don't know when the last time I ran this thing was. It's been years. I honestly couldn't tell you the last time we ran this thing. So I don't run it unless we run it here. So it's been a long time.
Well, yeah, we're able to wheel and deal the 88 here tonight to another podium position. Second here tonight at Dover. And, well, who all helps back at the shop get this one prepared?
I got to give a shout out to our teammate DJ. He's in the hospital. Hope he's feeling better. Hope he gets home soon and gets feeling better so he can get back out here racing. I don't think it's going to be anytime soon, but we're all thinking of him, and just got to thank the guys, the admins and everyone putting these on, and you doing these broadcasts and sponsors. I don't think we had one for tonight, but if you guys want to come out and sponsor us, we got some of the best, cleanest racing out here, and come out here and watch Max dominate everybody.
Well, Sean, congratulations on that podium spot. Sean Butler, race fans, he's usually one of those drivers that you can find in Victory Lane, and I'm sure it won't be too long till we see car 88 go back to Victory Lane because, well, he has the most career wins in red light racing history. Sean Butler will come home, though, P number 2 here tonight, and the man who was on the hunt at the end of this one, where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Zach Mitchell out there. That car was fast here tonight.
Yeah, it was. It was a lot of fun. Got off sequence a little bit. Was able to have fresher tires after the last caution and kind of worked the strategy just right and made the passes when I needed to.
What more did you need here at the end of this one? Because you were faster in the last 10 laps than the two guys that were out ahead of you.
I don't know. I think I pushed a little too hard getting around everybody else, but I can't complain. Third place behind Max and Sean is never a bad thing, since they seem to beat everybody else every week.
Well, you're not wrong on that one, my friend, but talk about your race. You talk about having to come through the field. Short notice switch. We were scheduled to drive the 1987 cars here tonight. Unfortunately, iRacing threw you the curveball midweek last week with the new update here to the new model, and then we had to make a switch, and the next best thing was these Arca Menards cars. How did you feel the switch here tonight at Dover?
I felt fine. Unlike Sean, I've driven them in other leagues in the last year or so, so I had good seat time, and I run official races in these too, just when I have the time, but really good. This is kind of what this kind of car helped me learn the Xfinity and truck and cup car, especially with tire savings, so it was nice to have the experience.
Yeah, I absolutely love these. We're calling them the old cup cars. They're now labeled as the Arca Menards machines here on iRacing. They're, one, I think, the best looking car, and I think the damage model. We didn't get to really see it here tonight, which is a good thing. But how many times did you put the tires through the hood of this?
In practice, probably 20.
Well, it's a good thing this is virtually, because that would have cost you a lot of money, Zach. That's for sure.
That's why I do virtually and not real. I don't have any money, so.
Well, next week we do head to the virtual Worldwide Technology Raceway, also known as Gateway. How do you feel when we hop from the old 2000s Cup car back to present-day Cup cars?
Considering I don't own that track yet, I will have to do a lot of practice.
Well, I guess that answers that question, and I won't even ask the next one. But, Zach, who made this all possible, and who's going to help you next week?
You guys, the admins, too, putting on the good league for us to run. It's awesome. We got just a great group of guys, and I look forward to it every week. And then you, Roger, up in the booth and making us, I can go watch on Monday nights after when I go to bed, and I can lay and watch the broadcast over.
Well, there you heard Zach Mitchell. Race fans will round down the podium. He had one of the fastest cars at the end of this one. Just was a couple laps short. He'll finish about 2.5 seconds back behind the race leaders. Boy, what a race it was here tonight. Max Terrell picking up the W here. Sean Butler second after leading the most laps here tonight. Zach Mitchell, Sean Single was fourth, and James Skelton rounds out the top 5. It was a great race here tonight for the Red Light Racing Series presented by RB Custom Rigs here at the Dover International Raceway. And boy, race fans, it's been a long one here. We will head to the Worldwide Technology Raceway just next Monday evening for 100 laps with the NASCAR Cup Series machines. That will be our 5th race of the season. Next week is halfway through the regular season already, and we only have 4 drivers that have picked up wins here so far. 3 drivers that have picked up wins in 4 races, I should actually say. Jason Wells has picked up 2 now. Sean Single's picked up 1. And now Max Terrell will notch his name right alongside. So, congratulations once again to Max Terrell for picking up the win. And congratulations to all the drivers here tonight in the Red Light Racing Series. We thank each and every one of you for tuning in tonight to watch the RB Custom Rig Scrambler Series for Red Light Racing. For more Red Light Racing info, make sure to head on over to redlightracing.net. But until we see you next time, race fans, for everybody at RB Custom Rigs, everybody at Red Light Racing, my name is Roger Muth with the Turn 3 Racing Network, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's show.